Welcome to the dungeon. Here we are, another Monday. We're in October. We're all decorated for Halloween on the
quite.
stream
Way too
here.
early.
It's too early.
You're about 7 days behind if you're not
Yeah.
decorating for Halloween, Marceline.
Yeah, I'm actually a little behind because I don't have everything up yet. But I ordered some new things, so I'm waiting for that to come in, and then I'll get everything put up. But it is that season. Apple cider, going and picking out pumpkins and pumpkin spice everything. So here we are. It's my favorite time of year. Took my youngest with her friends and family to a little haunted thing. Dongers me this weekend, right? Took her to a little haunted things. Mike, so the Ren Fair, and Jeff, you too, the Ren Fair, they've got that little haunted thing there next to the Ren Fair.
Brimstone, yep.
Yep, so we went there. So that was my first time going there.
Yeah, I've never been to that one.
It's actually not bad. They've got a really good hay ride, probably the best hay ride without, it didn't have hay because people's allergies and stuff, but probably the best one of those I've ever been on. Like, pretty neat stuff ramming into the hayride cart and everything. Like, I thought, you guys are really careful because what they're doing could be really dangerous. So did that. Youngest survived that, but when we went on the haunted walk through the bog, she didn't make it. So, yeah.
The bog.
And they did a good job. They did a really good job on the bog as well. I wish it was themed a little better, but all in all, and they have a haunted house as well. So there's 3 attractions you can do there. One of the scariest things that they did there was they had axe throwing that children were playing with no instruction or waivers signed or anything. Didn't show them how to throw axes, and I was like, oh, these kids are going to chop their ear off. So
Serve them right.
I had to give them some instruction there and be like, hey, let's not kill each other today. So non-haunted hay rides are useless. Right. That's just a hayride, and that's boring. So the haunted one was good. Like, people jumped up on the cart and all that stuff. Very well done. So got to experience a bit of that. This Saturday, me and Mike go see Terrifier 3. So stoked about that. People already walking out like they did last time. I still think it's a marketing thing, but
I do too.
My wife just laughs because she's like, there is nothing that would just gross me out to the point I would walk out of a theater. Like, it's really not that bad.
Human Centipede got me pretty close. The first Human Centipede got me pretty close.
I couldn't bring myself to watch that, man. Too much ass to mouth.
See, I was okay with the first one. It was the second one that was just kind of like,
oh, yeah, the second one was rough, but I knew what to expect from the first one.
Once I knew the premise, I decided I'm never going to watch that.
Same.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I had no desire.
They only came out with 3, and it got worse every one.
There's a third one?
There is a third.
Yeah, they just
thanks.
The only
But it's
one
like,
I remember,
if you've seen Terrifier and you've seen Terrifier 2, there's no reason you should be walking out of Terrifier 3.
right?
You already know what's going to happen.
Oh, come on. There were people that walked out of Deadpool and Wolverine because he referred to himself as Marvel Jesus. Like,
Right.
people are going to find
But that was on the
something to defend it.
preview, so that's your own damn fault.
I know.
Cuddle saying Human Centipede keeps him close and edging. Nice. So I know Fanboy Tone and Dude are going to go see Terrifier 3 on Thursday. So they'll have a head start. I never do the Thursday, Friday showings. Like, I just want to take it easy and enjoy my Friday or Saturday. Yeah, then the next weekend, Fanboy Tone's coming down. So we're going to enjoy some local festivities here, and then pretty much Halloween's after that. So fall is always the busiest because I like getting out and doing stuff. Where me and the wife were talking about going down to try to do like Dent Schoolhouse because we've never done it. Well, and see, that's the thing. So it's rated like the 5th best in the U.S. by somebody. And if you go on Thursday, it's like half the price. So we were talking about
So
doing
the last time I went there, I got yelled at because I was going through and I was looking at how they designed each room.
Yeah.
So it's like I was falling behind with the group, and yeah, these people were getting pissed at me to the point where they were like, if you don't keep moving, I'm kicking you out. It's like, I'm not hurting anything.
Right. So we thought about maybe doing that. But what have y'all been up to?
Dodging hurricanes.
Well, there's that. And you got another one coming this week.
Yep.
This one is more direct line of sight for you.
It is. I thought I dodged the last one, and then it decided, nah, I'm just gonna cruise right over wherever you're staying in Georgia. That's cool. And now it's coming right for me. So I'm gonna try and go north. See what happens.
Mike Tone said you were ass grabbing. That's why they were getting mad with you.
You know what? It's dark and I paid.
That's what I tell my wife. Yeah, so you got that weather coming in. So hopefully you and your family stay safe during that. The last one, the storms hit all the way up where we're at, and it actually broke a branch out of my tree. So, yep.
Yeah, I had multiple tree branches I was picking up.
I said we get another one like that, and that top of that tree's coming down.
Yeah.
I
I was telling Jess, I was like, "You're lucky it was the tree or the branch that was facing the street, not the house."
Did the vulture tree get knocked down?
I haven't been over there. So
I'm wondering. I'm curious.
It was pretty rough. There's not a whole lot for the wind to grab onto with that tree because it's just bones.
That's true.
It's starting to sound like Seven Diddy.
Justinian, what are you guys familiar with Elric of Melbourne, the fantasy book series? No?
Nope.
No? Oh man. I just picked up the first one. It's really, really good. And then Saturday was the Ohio Renaissance Festival, so
We probably drove by each other.
probably.
Yeah.
I was in my home, incapacitated.
Because you hurt yourself because we're old.
Because we're old.
What'd you do to hurt yourself, Mike?
Hard work and playing with my kid. I woke up Friday and I had to go to the emergency room because I couldn't move my hands and my arms.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
So, yep. Nothing broken, but they're like, you're old. Stop doing stuff.
And Marsland, any adventures out in the hills?
Yeah, I camped on a summit this past weekend. Got lightly hypothermic. It was great. Saw some good stars.
Sounds fun.
There's two types of stars you could see there. One's in the sky and one's around your head.
I couldn't really tell the difference.
And Quentin, what have you had going on?
I feel like no, hold on, anything. We literally just did like housework all weekend, and then boom, it was nighttime.
If you were around Wednesday, we did the spicy gummy bear challenge here on 7D. The videos of that are up on YouTube and Instagram. On my personal Instagram, since the person who manages ours doesn't really post videos, but but that was an experience. I did win. I did do the 5 minutes without taking a drink. And if you ever eat spicy stuff, lemonade does wonders. It's like a miracle. It's my new go-to now for that kind of stuff. So you can check that out. And then we did some Devour, which was a fun little indie scary game that actually got me to jump really good as well. So that was fun. Is that everything? Did we cover everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, half the city got destroyed. Anyways, here we are, ready to go. Let's jump into the dungeon.
Woo!
it and see if it calms down.
Yeah, it's just so odd. And also,
All right.
yeah.
Here we go. Let's get all right. When we were last with our party, they decided to turn the ship and fly down to Smyrna to release Crow back to where she was originally found. Parking the ship in Smyrna, they travel back to Old Smyrna underground and returned her to her home and family that she had there. After dropping her off, they ventured into the Great Library, where the Avatar recognized where they were at, and he was returned to his seat of power, restoring his connection to Ogma. As they began to leave, the library began shaking and plunged up through the ground and came up, destroying the partial corner of Smyrna. And as Justinian raced out to his home that was nearby, he found half the home displayed as the other half had been consumed by the razing library. Falling to his knees in despair, Bishop and others began searching the home looking for survivors. And that's where we left off last week. What would you like to do?
Speak through rubble.
Okay. Give me an investigation while that's going on.
I'm going to do with investigation since I'm helping.
Mm-hmm.
You mean advantage?
Whatever, man.
I heard investigation.
At this point.
Do you want to do it? You might have a better investigation than me.
Nah, it's whatever. I'll do it.
Natural 19. Because that's all I got. I got 0 for that.
Justin, you're just going to stay there and kind of in shock disbelief.
Yeah,
You're just,
mine.
Yeah.
okay. You turn over stone and look through everything. You don't see any signs, especially with the 19. You don't see any signs of anyone like. There's no blood splattered on the wall. You don't see an arm buried anywhere. You don't see anything that would show signs of problems here.
Okay, I'll walk over and Justinian and kneel down and put my hand on his shoulder and go, Justinian, I didn't find any signs of pointing they were in the house. Is there anywhere else they could be?
Well, they might be on duty. We've got to save as many as we can. And I just get up very somberly and start like walking to where I hear any screams, the closest screams, or see people's body parts sticking out of the ground and start trying to help somebody.
Okay. There's not a lot of folks that you're seeing that are buried or anything.
What about pets?
I mean, there's probably a few because they would have been left home. So you all begin that. It's not too long before Justinian, you hear, "Son, what did you do to our home?"
I turn and just run towards him and wrap my arms around him.
He awkwardly like drops the sacks he was carrying and Your mother looks at you. You still didn't answer his question. What did you do to our home? What happened to our home?
There's a new library, Mom. And I just point to it.
It might be the best of this entire country.
Definitely in this town.
I see this. There's quite a commotion going on. Did you find Mrs. Gallagher? Did she live right next door?
No, I haven't seen anybody yet.
And you knowing where that house is, there's just nothing there.
Right.
Like it's. Well, I'd offer for you and your friends to stay, but I fear we might have to stay somewhere ourselves.
I am going to pull out all 7 platinum that I have and give it to my mom and dad.
Okay. Where did you get this?
From adventuring and trying to make the world a better place.
Your dad looks at you. You didn't steal this, did you?
No. And I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out that dwarven masterwork longsword that I had purchased, and I give that over to him, and I say, I think this might be better than what you've been issued.
You didn't steal this as well, did you?
No, I bought this.
Okay.
I bought this.
Just making sure.
And then that one over there pointing to Marsland gave me this one, and I pull out the Dragon Slayer longsword.
Well, that one's pretty nice. Well, I can imagine it's not going to be a quiet. And about that time, you hear as basically a platoon of guards is coming down to figure out what's going on, and some of them split off. And
do I have time to, like, as I hear them, the metal clanging, cast Disguise Self on myself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll just make myself look like an elven man.
Okay.
Oz?
Yes, exactly. Oz.
Okay.
Wait.
To
Okay.
include his halberd.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh God, you stop.
No, just an elven man. Not really Oz. Just an elven man. I was just making a halberd joke.
This would be the worst place to be Oz.
Yeah, I'm like, wanted signs, man.
All right, so
I wouldn't know that though.
I'm gonna flag down the guard, and I'm gonna let them know what's happened. That building over there rose from the ground, and this part of the city is under rubble. We need to search for survivors immediately.
and they're kind of looking at you as they split off, and they had already started like moving rock and digging people up, and one of them walks forward, and you can tell he's a lot more dedicated. So, do you know anything about this?
I know that building back there has risen from the ground, and I know that there are a lot of injured people. We can talk about the how later. And I'm gonna. Do I still have create food and water? I think I still do. No, I do not have that learned. I must not have relearned that. Yeah, and then I'm going to just point the way. We can talk as we help.
Okay. So he nods at you, and everybody comes in. Bishop, what are you doing? You're just all helping clean up?
Yeah, clearing out the road, looking for anybody that needs help.
Yeah, I'm doing my earth moving to clear out streets and level mounds that are in the way.
Okay.
Checking the people they find for like, basic first aid.
So I would say over the course of the next several hours, you unearth about 20 to 30 people. Only a couple were critically injured, which I'm going to say Quentin burn a couple healing spell slots as well
Full
as
level.
an Axemander. I'll let you choose whichever one. So some were probably about 5 of them were pretty bad, critical. The rest just had some standard injuries.
Would you say we found them all about the same time and they were bloodied?
No.
Are they bloodied?
Nice.
Well, it's because I would do the
No, I know.
the one
You
spell
definitely,
that like
you definitely found them bloodied, but they're not all at the same
You
time.
don't die. Sit here until I find 5 other people.
max out my heals.
So,
I got rid of 2 4s and 2 3s.
so the an axe, as you explain to the guard, kind of what happened, and they have no reason not to believe you that like this is not something that you all caused, because you all had no idea this was going to happen.
No.
He kind of draws his weapon and he's like, "So what beast is in there that we must take care of?"
There are no beasts there.
And he just looks at you.
Let's take a look.
You all walk in and step inside.
Be careful of the librarians.
You're looking around, and he's like, "This is just a library. It's
Yes.
a big library, but..." And from the side, non-ghost, a woman walks up. "Welcome to the Great Library of Smyrna. Is there anything I could help you find today?"
Does this non-ghost look like the ghost we had seen?
Yeah, absolutely. But looks completely corporeal, like from footsteps walking up to looks solid.
I'm gonna walk up and poke her.
I don't think this is quite the place for lots of laughter without having a book in front of oneself.
I was just running a simple experiment. I didn't know if this was some advanced illusion.
You've been inside me.
You've changed.
Yes.
How many of the guards came with us?
Say maybe 6 or 7.
Okay. Here, let's check the building for stability to make sure that it doesn't collapse.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
We're just gonna just walk around and secure and make sure that everything looks stable and it's not gonna collapse.
Okay, so as they kind of filter out, the librarian you poked looks at you, Marsland. "Enjoy your stay." And just briefly, you see her eyes like glow into this blue piercing light and then return back to normal.
Can I insight check that or anything? Like, do I know what is going on there?
These are definitely the ghosts still. Just some kind of something is keeping them
Okay, so it is just clearly some sort of magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the building seems really stable. Like it's as if the ground underneath just pushed it up.
It's all roof damage, not nothing else.
Does the
That-
condition of the inside of the library seem to have changed at all, or is it still like is it still like dusty as if it hasn't been touched much?
It's actually parts where there were holes before have been patched. Everything is clean. It's like it's always been here and been well maintained.
Did the magical ley lines come up with this thing?
They were underneath it. We had to go. We took those
Yeah.
stairs all the way down, so we wouldn't have known.
I think we should go investigate that basement part of the library and see
Yes,
what happened to that room.
That's what I'm curious on.
Guardsmen, we are going to dive deeper into the library to make sure that it is secure.
I think things are well here, but I'm going to have to go talk to the mayor. We're going to have to rezone this, possibly compensate the people whose homes were destroyed and some of the fields that were destroyed to the east.
I will let you know my findings.
Please do. And for now, let's not take anything.
Understood.
We're going to officially close the library until we can better understand. I'll leave 2 guards outside. When you all leave, please let them know. They'll close it up and make sure no one else comes in. Okay, so you all are going to walk down to the room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you traverse down there, and Justinian, like, you weren't with him last time with this.
No.
So like, you're following down, you're going down this long spiral staircase around, and you're standing again before the room.
Mm-hmm.
So for the rest of you, when you were in there last time, you know, there was almost like this buzz of magical energy through the room.
Annex wasn't here either.
Nope. That is true. Thank you for reminding me. Now, like, it's strong. Like, you're not even to the room yet, and you can definitely feel you're a couple steps away from stepping back into that environment you were in before. And you see kind of swirling around that pedestal. It's just these like blue whips of energy that are just going around. You can hear them cracking and moving.
I think this might have gotten worse since the last time we were here.
What did it look like before?
Not as big, and you definitely couldn't feel the presence this far back. The last time we were in this room, strange things kept happening to everybody.
Yep.
Like what?
Just
Oh.
I remember actually what happened. Freaking so long ago.
This is
Things
out
and
of
stuff.
yeah, out of
Things
character.
and
This
stuff.
is, I believe you guys touched it and then disappeared underneath a lake.
No,
Well, yeah,
that-
before
that's
that,
too soon.
strange things happened, though.
Wild magic was happening to everybody. Out of character, wild magic was happening to everybody.
Okay.
I will describe in character what happened because I'm sure Wenton remembers because it was
Yeah.
weird.
Sure.
And saying, "Don't touch that stone," and say what's on it because you will be teleported underwater. However, do you think we should go back to Quaylen and talk to him about this? He seemed to know a lot about this.
We
Hey,
should
well-
seal off the room.
If you are able to, you might want to contact Priscilla and tell her what has happened.
Yeah. I have a little 3 left. I can do that.
She might need to get here soon.
I was actually studying that spell, Gwynton, recently, so I can uh, help share the burden of communicating so you don't have to use all of your magical energy.
If you want to. I mean, she knows either of our voices.
Okay. I am going to cast sending then.
Okay.
Drusilla, this is Marslin. Pillar of Ogma returned. Amazing, incredible, awesome library raised from old Smyrna. Powerful
Yeah, 4
magic
words.
lies here.
That might be too many.
That was 20 words.
He was counting. I could tell by the way he was talking.
Oh no, I got a few uhs in there.
I don't count those.
Verbal component.
Yeah, because see, I do the same thing. So after a minute, nice to hear from you. That is quite interesting. That's it.
Drusilla just said that it was interesting. That is all.
Is she normally that less talkative?
That's probably something she doesn't deal with on a normal day-to-day basis, so reacting to it within the time frame of the spell may have been an issue. I've been on the receiving end of a few sending spells.
It's also possible the magic in this place is disrupting what all you were saying.
Mm.
Can we get close enough to that door to seal it off? Because if I remember right, the magic feeling didn't happen until you were in the room.
You can try whichever.
I'll go in and try to shut the door and teleport away. Whee!
Okay. 1 second.
Even though I don't think shutting the door is going to help anything.
Go ahead and give me a strength check, by the way. Oh, I heard laughter.
3.
Mm,
All right. 1 second.
That sounded like a nat number to me.
Okay. So you begin pulling on the door, and not that the door is heavy, but it's almost like a force. It's like moving something large through water. So you're pulling it closed, and it's taking you a while to do so. You do get the door closed to that room. You still feel like the magic pulsing through there. Like it's not stopping what's coming through. And as you turn to leave and walk away, you just feel like your feet aren't responding like they normally do. As your dexterity is reduced by 2 for an hour.
Okay.
And you all see Gwenton, he's just kind of stumbling his way back.
Too much magic. Quentin. Here, let me help you. I'll try and steady him.
I told you it's worse than it was last time we were here.
What is the magic of that room?
As the exact type of magic, I can't really tell you. Marsden might be able to tell you more than I can. I just know it had weird effects on everybody.
There was nothing holy about it. That's what I can tell you.
What would I know about the magic?
I mean, you were there. It's just leaking out from the ley lines. You know, ley lines are magical conduits. It's just got to leak.
Do we have any what's that tape that they use on
The slap,
TV?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sham wow tape thing. Yeah.
that's all I can think of.
Flex seal.
I still think we should go talk to Quaylen about it. You might know something about it, whether or not it affected people around here.
I think letting Quaylen and the librarians, or we can let Quaylen lead the librarians to make sure that no one else goes down there for the time being.
Well, we could also just re-lock the door. Wasn't there like a door at the top of the steps we had to unlock?
There is a door. Yeah, there's a main door that's far away from that.
Yeah, we'll lock that on our way out.
I believe you all hold the key to that door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're the only ones that can legitimately get down there, even know that it's down there.
We should give that to Quaylen, Gwynton, looking at the key.
I mean, we can. I don't know if we'll need it again for anything. Maybe we'll find one of the other ley lines and get teleported here and we'll be trapped inside. Either way, I think we're heading up now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You turn to the library.
Go down to where Quaylen is.
Okay. You make your way down there again. Quentin kind of steadying yourself against the wall so you don't tumble down the stairs. And you get into the room, and much like the ley line room, like it's just swirling with energy, and you just see like 4 or 5 books that are just like floating in the air. And you just see the pages turn, rest, and turn. Like Quaylen is reading like 5 books at the same time.
Quaylen, I don't mean to interrupt you while you're studying and reading. But I know we talked about the broken ley line underneath this library last time.
What do you need?
Mostly just checking in to make sure there's nothing to be concerned about right now, or there's a way to fix it.
We'll look into this at another time.
Okay, he's a god. I'm walking back out. Stumbling back out.
All right, the rest of you, same?
Yep.
Okay. So you're all leaving the library?
Absolutely.
Okay. You tell the guards, they
Reluctantly.
close the door behind you. Reluctantly. So they're keeping guard now, not letting anyone else back into the library. And where do you all go? It is evening. Definitely evening.
I imagine back to the ship the rest of the evening.
You guys have been here before. Do we stop at an inn or do we go back to the ship?
I mean, we have a ship. Why wouldn't we just go there instead of paying for an inn?
Yeah, we should just go back to the ship. Although, I wonder if Lomar's place is still here for us to stay. We should just go back to the ship.
Wasn't Lomar's place just a room in the inn he was paying for?
It was a very nice room.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and check the location of where Gaz's hideout was.
Okay.
I will excuse myself and be like, I am just going to get eyes on the rest of the city. I will be there afterwards.
Would you like some company?
I wish to be with my own thoughts right now.
Understood. Be well.
Okay. Rest of you? Is everybody heading back to the ship?
Yep.
Justinian? Okay.
He stepped away.
So everybody's heading back to the ship. Y'all get on the ship. As you approach the ship, a couple kids come running off there. They had walked up the gangplank. The crew's there, so they weren't like running through the ship, but they kind of run past you as they see you approach. You settle in for the night. Anyone doing anything for the evening before I get with Bishop?
Probably not.
Okay.
I imagine it's been
Nope.
over an hour or two.
Jeff's talking, but he's muted.
I'm going to wait for Bishop to return.
Justinian, were you doing anything for the evening? If not, you just returned to the ship and went to sleep. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, that's weird. Once we get back to the ship, I'm going to practice all of the spells in my new spell book.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Bishop, you arrive at the door where Bryn would take you. It's closed, locked, sealed like it was when she left. There's no sign of forced entry or anything like that.
But it's still standing.
Still standing. Yep. It's on the far northern side of the city.
All right. I will try to get in.
Okay.
Or was it locked?
It was
What?
locked. It's locked. Yeah. She locked it before they left.
Okay.
Or she left.
Well, I'll try to get in.
Okay. You can roll a lockpick if you want.
No, I have not.
You have not what?
I was responding to
Oh,
Biddle's question to me. So that is a 14.
okay. The door unlocks.
Make sure nobody's around, and I'll take the elevator down.
You close it back, kind of lock the inside bar so nobody comes through. You take it down. It's as where last time when you were down there, it was warm and inviting, kind of a nice little cozy spot. Now it's just cold, dark, spider web starting to form places, dusty.
I'm just gonna do investigation, see if I can't find anything of use that might help me with my past or helping to take care of the reanimated brothers and sisters?
There's a lot of information down here. Most of it is schematics and things for those constructions. You could take those and study them outside of historical stuff. Not a whole lot. I mean, there's pieces and such for various constructions. Now that you've run into some of the older ones, you can see some familiar parts and things for those, like the warriors and things.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll collect what I can.
Okay. Something to study. And then you're heading back to the
And
ship.
I'll head back to the ship.
Okay. Are you just resting on the top deck?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
When I see Bishop return, I'm just gonna nod at him and then go below deck.
Okay. All right. So you all rush into a deep sleep. I need everyone except for Marsland to mute me and themselves. And I will give you a thumbs up when it's good to reconnect.
All right, muted myself.
Everybody good? I think so. Okay, got a thumbs up there. All right. Marsland,
That's me.
get your pen and paper.
Oh God.
You pass into a peaceful sleep before you are awoken by the gentle smells of books and incense. Opening your eyes, you see rolling hills of bookshelves and clouds. A familiar place. One that you have been before. What do you want to do? You're still kind of laying in your bed. Your eyes open and you see all this.
I'm in my bed, but in a like rolling field with
Yes.
hills. Okay. I'm gonna lean up and dangle my feet off the edge of the bed.
Okay. You take in the surrounding area and then catch something out of the corner of your eye. You see a handsome, dark-skinned human man with dark hair pulled back into a ponytail, wearing exquisite clothing made of the finest of materials. He sports pointy-toed boots with crystals dangling from the toes. He's got a lute strapped across his back that looks like it was forged from ancient wood.
I must thank you for freeing my avatar. I'll say it does feel good to be able to stretch my legs again. Tell me, what have I missed?
Ogma, is that you?
This, as he stands there, like almost this vine of books kind of comes around and curls and flattens out in a spot, and he kind of sits up there and he pulls out his lute and he just begins like tuning it a bit and just strumming a tune.
Yes, of course it's me. Surely you haven't forgotten already.
I have not forgotten. A lot has happened since we last spoke. I'm sure you've probably noticed some of it. Well, starting with it, I found Volg. And we found some of these manifestations of gods throughout the land. Well, two so far, to be precise. And we found Quaylen.
Yes, you found
Assuming
my
you're-
avatar. Yes. And what else?
What else? Well, we've bumped into Ethan a couple times, and he seems to be getting stronger. I'm very concerned about that. I still don't fully understand Sirik's involvement in all of this, though.
I will say, in my own time away, things may be worse than we think, Marsland. Sirik seems to have aligned with an unexpected ally. One much stronger than before. And with the fate of people being next to zero, his goal, his new ally, could reshape history. And we are barred from interfering.
Who is this new ally?
Well, who do you think? You're a smart individual.
My mind immediately jumps to the Shadowsparks.
He has aligned with Fane Shadowspark. He's still alive.
Fane is?
It seems he was banished to the island of Das Khaldun, but that did not stop him from growing in power. He has become formidable, and if he's ever able to break free from his imprisonment there, you will need much more than your friends to stop him.
If he's imprisoned, how is he possibly growing in power?
That would be Sirik.
Sirik is enabling that.
It's only to his benefit. Through countless hours of study and looking through my extensive library that you're probably very jealous of, which is fair, it's okay.
It is tremendous. I really would like to spend more time perusing those aisles, but I don't know if this is the time.
As we discussed, I can make that happen. You know what that means.
I'm sure that time will come, but it is not right now, as tempting as it may be.
I believe Fane seeks to realign the ley lines. With enough magic, he could twist time, weaving the ley lines and put himself back to when he was imprisoned. With his new powers, he'd be able to rewrite history.
That sounds like crazy talk. How could somebody have such powerful magic to move ley lines around?
He's been taught a lot. With those ley lines returned and history rewritten, Fane could put the worship of Sirik in as the primary religion of these lands. Armies would be built. No land would be safe.
But to what end? What do they hope to get if they destroy this entire place?
Fane gets what he wants. Power. Ruler. Imagine an immortal ruler that rules with an iron grip.
It's horrible.
Sirik gets worshippers, which in turn makes him stronger, and then he begins murdering the other gods. Over time, he becomes the only god. He's tried it before,
When did he try this before?
many years ago. But now he's taken up ally with possibly the worst person he could have found.
Do you think Sirik is on Das Khaldun? Or where can we find Sirik?
Of all of us, he has no avatar. He has not been hindered in any way. is everywhere.
If
Which
he
is
has,
why I come to you here.
if he has magic so powerful, how are the light unsparkers to do anything about this?
Well, I have a theory, and you know, we don't like theories. We like proven fact. I understand that. I understand where you're
Yes.
coming from.
Must test a
And-
hypothesis
But
and confirm.
I think there may be a solution. But I'm not sure you and your friends are up to the task.
Oh, please do entertain. If you have a theory, I would love to at least hear it.
What Sirik and Fane do not know is that with his actions, he takes an immense risk. Realigning the ley lines will empower the echoes of redemption.
So many notes. And sorry, I missed this page of studying. What are the echoes of redemption?
It's nothing you would find in books. It's more passed down through word of mouth. They are blessed artifacts that could stop him and Sirik before they can even begin. But they were lost many years ago, before these islands were even here.
What that seems incredibly unhelpful. Then, if they're lost, what do they look like? Do you have any leads on where we could possibly find such a thing?
Well, as I've been back for such a short time, I've been doing some studying. I've had my avatar reading many books.
We noticed. He seems very adept at that, unsurprisingly.
Yes, it's a skill. Maybe one day I could teach you.
I would love that. I can only do one at a time. Imagine how much more I could read and learn.
You see, there were 5 echoes. The Chronicles of Light, the Birchwood Blade, the Reverent Aegis,
Hello.
the Gauntlets of Tranquility, and the Cudgel of Virtue.
I need you to send that.
Yep. There'll be more, I'm sure.
Thank you.
I believe that these might be a bit more close than they've ever been to mortal hands.
These are physical objects.
Yes, of course. But and I need you to prepare yourself a bit before I speak, because what happened to the Chronicles are the worst abomination that can happen. You may want to sit down.
And with that, like just like his chair of books comes up and bends over right behind you where you can sit down. And he stops playing the lute and sets it down, and he kind of leans forward, and just his purple eyes are just piercing into you.
I love it.
Athan Shadowspark collected the Chronicles of Light many years ago. But in an example of his great power, he faded the text and had the books overwritten with his own blasphemous text. If your mind is where it should be, you know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the Shadowspark Chronicles books?
Yes. Those books are the Chronicles of Light. They are magically covered and hidden, while his dark tales are written all over them.
Is there any way to revert that? You said it's magic, so there must be some way to undo it.
The spell can be broken if the books are all brought together and the words are revealed. Each book has a script from the ancient council of wizards. Read together, the words of the Shadowsparks will be ripped from the pages, and the Chronicles of Light will be whole once more.
Out of character, do I actually know how many Shadowspark books there are?
Nope.
Back in character, we've found, I think, 4 Shadowspark books so far. Do you know how many are out there?
There are 7 books. I have sent Val to research these scripts, these languages from the ancient council, and their correct pronunciation, as one mistake when reading them could destroy the books. When it comes time, you will need his help.
That is excellent to know. It sounds like we have a large task on our hands, though, to find the rest of the Shadowspark books. Do you know where any of the remainder lay?
That I do not know. There might be some at your academy that might know or can help, even if they do worship Azuth.
I sense some bitterness.
We just see things a little differently.
And you said these books together are an echo. If we return the books to the Chronicles of Light, what does that get us?
You will grow in power, and with all of them together, be able to vanquish the evil from these lands and bring it to peace.
Only one echo is sufficient. We don't need all 5.
You'll need all of them, and more grit than you've ever had. As for the rest of the echoes, I can provide you with this information. I've done what I can, but again, no one has seen these in many years. The birchwood blade was broken and scattered many years ago. I wish you luck in finding it, as it may prove to be your most daunting task. It was forged in the Fey Plane by Ferrandus as a way to bring balance to the chaos of the material plane. Stolen and broken by ancient evils, it has been bought, traded, and stolen for many years. I wish you luck, and I hate that there's all these pieces of things that must be collected, but it's essential for your survival and the survival of the people of these lands.
That blade, that blade that my companion Justinian is piecing back together.
Your companion has the pieces of the birchwood blade?
Out of character again. I'm blanking on what he calls it. What does he call it?
Yes, that's what he calls it.
Does he call it the birchwood?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Back. Yes, he's been piecing together the birchwood blade for some time now. We knew it was powerful, but we didn't know it was of this much importance.
Now you do. and that is of great fortune for you. As with the others, the Reverend Aegeus was forged deep within the plane of earth. Designed to be a bulwark against the faithless, it was stolen and was rumored to be within the hoard of the ancient shadow dragon Malarak in the Shadowfell. His original
me that.
form... I'll send you all these. His original form twisted and corrupted by the Shadowfell, he sits and waits for his next meal. The Gauntlets of Tranquility are a more curious case, as no one has actually ever claimed to own them. They were rumored to be forged in Mechanus, but as the story goes, no one was worthy to wear them, so they were locked within a vault filled with traps, puzzles, and protection. No one seeking them have ever returned. The last of the echoes was the Cudgel of Virtue. Forged in Mount Celestia, the cudgel was made to vanquish evil and end corruption. But during the Holy Wars, its wielder was slain, and it was rumored that it was taken to the 9 hells as a trophy. While the demons lost that war, they kept their trophy, and who knows what unspeakable things they've done to it. Without these, I don't believe your luck against Fane will hold out. I wish you the best, my friend. And know this. This is the true reason for my original favor to you.
Why me? Why did you choose? This is so much responsibility, so much power to find that others have failed at for years.
Remember, what does your name mean, Marsland?
I have this. It means the gift of life.
I want you to give that gift to the people of Phrasia.
I will try. You gave me the gift of life back, allowed me to continue in this fight. I will do everything I can to not let you down.
And he nods at you.
May knowledge guide your path.
And with that, you immediately wake up, the cold night air blowing through the ship across your skin. Your mind just races as to what happened as you sit up in your bed. What do you want to do?
Is it morning or is it still the middle of the night?
It's still night, yeah.
This is very meta. I'm going to write down in my my journal the things that just happened in that discussion, and then stand at the window looking out. I'm assuming you have a window, pondering the words and the tasks ahead before laying down and resting and pondering on what was said for the rest of the night.
Okay. Everyone back?
I'm here.
Man, I'm so sleepy right now.
I'm back.
All right. Morning comes, Bishop, you're first awake. Was there anything you were doing in the morning?
I'll go down to the mess
Okay.
and while nobody's in there, I'll start looking at some of the blueprints, looking if I can't find any weaknesses, something that might help us if
Okay.
we come across a group of them again.
Offline, I will send you some screenshots of that information. AC, general hit points, and that kind of
Okay.
stuff. All right. Justinian, have
Yes.
you wake up?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So do I feel like I have a good grasp on what this book is and how it helps me?
Yeah. Oh,
now,
yeah.
After playing with it for a day? Okay.
You feel a very natural connection. It's definitely very it's like you've had it for years.
Awesome. So I want to go try to find Marslin with like the book in hand, swords just like slung off to the side, like no armor, nothing. Like I want to go show him what I've been working on.
Okay. So you walk down. He's in his room.
Looking slightly shell shocked.
Yeah. Is your door open?
No, my door's closed.
Okay. So he knocks on your door.
Who's there?
It's Justinian.
Did you have a dream too that you would like to discuss?
No. Nope. I have a magic. I have spell that I want to show you. Like,
Oh, a spell. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Come on in.
so I'm gonna like open up the door, walk in, and I see him sitting on his bed. So I use Thorn Whip to grab a chair and pull it over next to the bed and sit down in it.
Why are you damaging my furniture?
What are you talking about? There's no damage. It's just a vine.
Okay. How long have you? I've never seen you do that before.
No, this book, it's taught me to do that, and then I can do something kind of like Quentin, and I reach out and I touch him and I cast guidance on him.
What does guidance do again?
So the new
Okay.
guidance says I touch a willing creature and I choose a skill. Until the spell ends, creature adds a d4 to any ability check using this chosen skill, and I will cast it on your arcana.
I just feel good.
Smarter. Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel smarter. Yeah.
Whoa. When did you learn to do that? I'm proud of you that you have taken up reading to such a capacity. I didn't think you were into reading, but this has been quick.
Yeah, Ferrandis, he told me that I was gonna need more help in the days to come ahead, and he left me this spell book. I mean, there's other spells I can do too, but like, I mean, these are the newest two that I've really been working on.
Could I see that book?
Absolutely, and I just hand it over.
I'll take it, take a look at it, kind of thumb through it, see what kind of
You
arcana's in there.
don't understand a word that's in there.
Really? This is all gibberish. I don't understand this.
Like sacrificing small children.
When I DM, when I read it, do I read it in Sylvan or do I read it in Common?
It's strange because it's less in a language, but you just like what you see, the symbols on the page is just like reading Common. Like it just
Okay.
comes to you naturally.
Okay.
So is it I can't read it because it's a different language or because it's a different way of magic?
It's a whole different text style. It's not a language.
Ah. This is fascinating. I don't fully understand this, which is strange. I can't say I've ever had that feeling when reading a book.
And I think I think it's gonna grow with me, like the sword's gonna grow with me. I think it's gonna help me with my warlock abilities down the road. I think it's gonna make me more powerful and more useful to the group.
And you just Did you just read this overnight?
I took a day. I took a day to read it and to learn these.
A day. By golly, I feel terrible about myself. A day and you've learned this.
I mean, it's just 5 small spells. I mean, I learned more than that just by getting, like, touching the hilt of the blade the first time.
For out of character, for a wizard, it's a decent amount of time to
Yeah,
get up
because you
to
have to
speed with
commit
spells, right?
certain things to memory, and
Yeah.
it's all about studying. Yeah.
Yeah. You seem to have a gift, Justinian, with this
Well,
book.
Yeah, absolutely. It is it's a real big gift.
Well, keep at it, and maybe I will learn a thing or two from you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I would love to show you some of the stuff that I've learned.
But your birchwood blade, your sword.
Yeah.
We know it's powerful, right?
I was just told protect the blade, assemble the blade, which I haven't gotten to that part yet, and then afterwards, Ferrandis told me that I was his champion and that I was going to, like, help with what Ferrandis was trying to do for Sylvanas as his champion, but that's it. I don't know if the blade does anything other than what spells I can cast through it.
D- d- have you found every single piece?
And I'll pull out, like, the other 2 pieces of the blade, and I'll show them, like, how I've kind of figured out where they've needed to be forged back together. I think this is it.
We might want, as a group, to put a little bit more emphasis on getting this back together.
Oh no, Bishop said no. Bishop said that my sword was not his priority. He made that very, very clear.
I feel like you all might have a hard time believing some of the things I am going to say, and I will save most of it for when we're in a group. But Ogma visited me last night, and we had a long, interesting conversation. Your sword is part of what he called the Echoes of Redemption, and he emphasized that it is one of 5 critical pieces to destroying Cyric and Fane Shadowspark.
Wait, there's another Shadowspark besides Atheon?
Yeah, I had the same reaction too. Apparently, there is another Shadowspark that is currently alive.
And I have one of the 5 pieces of the Echoes of Redemption.
Yes.
Is this book another echo? And I just, like, hold it in front of his face again.
It's not, right?
No.
Is there a title on the book that I can make out?
It would just be my name on the front of it.
Yeah.
That's it. Just be my
Okay.
name that you'd make out.
Protect those pieces, Justinian. I think they are more valuable to us than we could have even possibly imagined. Ogma didn't even realize that any of these pieces could have already been found.
Well, that's why, as we've been finding them and we got the bag of holding, I've been stashing everything but the hilt in the bag of holding, is because I figured if somebody was trying to track these down, having it in a magically dead space was better than running around with it in the open.
I think that is wise thinking.
Well, maybe some of Gwynton's rubbed off on me.
Quentin is crafty. All those years in the mines.
Was Quentin a miner?
Was he? He might not have been. I just always assume. With the
I
dwarves.
always assumed, like every other priest, like as in Boyhood, he just went into the priesthood.
I thought that's just what they do for fun.
We should go ask him and then tell him your news about talking to a god. I mean, everybody's talking to gods except me. And, well, I guess Bishop doesn't talk to gods either.
Don't you talk with Ferrandis now and again?
Well, yeah, but Ferrandis isn't a god. He's like, and God, it's weird because he's not the Avatar either. So maybe he was like Sylvanas' champion, and then he picked his own champion because this is his blade. I don't know.
I don't wish to entangle that puzzle right now. I'll leave that to you. I think it
Eh,
is maybe best that we deliver the rest of what I have to say to the rest of the group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shall we go find them?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just I turn buzzing out the door.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go round up the rest of the crew.
All right. All right. So Annex, Gwenton, everybody, the Marsden just comes in to gather you around. You guys all in for that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So you guys all gather. Where are you gathering at, Marsden?
I don't know. It's kind of arbitrary. Some room on the ship that's just us.
I would say the pilot's quarters. I mean,
Sure.
back in your room after we go get everybody.
There was a reason why he asked that. That is disturbing.
Oh yeah, there's got to be some.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we said pilot's quarters, so let's commit to it.
If you've got a better idea of where we do this, don't feel like you gotta listen to me.
I mean, I guess the ship can listen wherever we are, right?
Y'all do you.
All right, we got everybody.
Yep.
Is there anybody sitting in the captain's chair when we walk in?
Nope.
Bro.
Well, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is my connection with Ogma seems to be stronger than ever now. I was able to be visited by Ogma in a dream last night. Well, I don't know if you would consider it a dream. A meeting? Conversation? Anyway, I got to see his fantastic library again. It's so incredibly gorgeous. You could just spend so much time in there. I have to imagine going through the aisles and going through every single book and reading all of the ancient history. That's not the point.
Arslan!
It's easy to get distracted. The bad news is there's no easy way to say it, really. Fane Shadowspark is alive.
How is that possible?
I am, again, taking Ogma for his word, but he claims that Fane Shadowspark has been banished to the island of Das Khaldun, where he's been getting visited by this Cyric character that keeps popping up, who's enabling him and allowing the Fane to grow in power somehow.
Well, gosh, Marceline, you didn't tell me that part. Like, we probably need to go to Dusk Khaldun right away.
I don't know if that will be wise.
Okay. But there's a whole army of bishops on Dusk Khaldun.
We don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know that.
Well, I did tell you what I thought.
Wait, how do we know that?
But you also said you weren't sure if that's what was there or not. You just
Right.
knew that there was an army there. So
Right,
that's where I'm
Dark
going.
Army, yep, and it could be awoken. Yep.
Cyric seems to continue to partner with the Shadowsparks, and they're scheming to get full power and full control back over this island for whatever reason, seemingly to go after what Cyric tried to do before but failed at, which is to murder all of the gods. It seems to be what he wants to do to get absolute power and control and get his own fleet of people worshiping him. But he's working with the Shadowsparks to realign the ley lines, which seems just like an immense amount of magical power. And I don't know if we are strong enough right now to even combat that. But Ogma did mention that there might be a path forward for us, although it will be incredibly arduous and incredibly difficult.
More difficult than dealing with 2 Shadowsparks and a wannabe god. On
And
top
it's
of 3 pillars that we still have to deal with.
in its own sense, it will be, yes, very difficult, Bishop. We have started it already, though, which is the bright side. Ogma said that there are some blessed artifacts that combined could be strong enough to combat Fane and Cyric from coming back. He called them the Echoes of Redemption.
And there's 5 of them, you said.
And there's 5 of them. First, we have the Chronicles of Light, which we've already been working at. This turns out is actually just the Shadowspark Chronicle books. I guess.
There are
Ethan-
5. There are 5 what?
Echoes of Redemption.
Echoes of Redemption.
Ethan collected these chronicles a long time ago, and it hurts my soul so deeply. But he ruined these books. He massacred the words on their pages, faded them away, and rewrote them into the Shadowspark Chronicle books that we've been finding. There's a total of 7 of them that, once collected and returned back together, I guess there is some powerful magic that can be studied that will return them back to the Chronicles of Light. And I don't know, you might remember my friend Volg that I ran into a while ago. I guess he's been studying how to do that at the Academy. Then we have Justin.
We got 4 books at the Academy, right?
Yes.
And we know the location of a 5th book that we've never picked up.
Right. If it's still there. Which most of us are banned from.
Actually, only about half of us are banned from there.
Okay.
So that is just one of these echoes, and I don't need to tell you how difficult it has been to get to the 4 so far. The next we might be closer to completing, and that is Justinian's Blade. That's another Echo of Redemption. So
Ferondus's blade?
Yes, Ferondus's sword. As far as I know, I have the only 3 pieces of it that are in existence. It looks like the sword's all there. I just have to go to, I don't know how to pronounce it, DM. I know where we have to go. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
Just say it.
Arboreum? Arboreum?
Arboreum.
Arboreum,
Arboreum. There you go.
home of Colton Frost.
Yeah, I have to take it there and find some elven smithies, and they forge it back together.
I think we might want to put a little bit of emphasis on actually getting that blade back together. It's more powerful than we thought it was going to be.
I
What is the-
understand. We may have to figure out taking out at least one of the pillars to appease or uphold our bargain. Might give us a little more time.
Well, we know where one sleeps, and we've been there before. And you have the key to it, Bishop.
I do. Is it on the way to the Arboretum?
That would be something for somebody that knows the map.
Any of them could pop up.
I
We're all sitting here.
We pull out the map.
I pull out my map.
DM, please zoom out.
I have sent you all that file.
No, we do, but it'd be really cool if I could have the map open and my notes.
There.
So Tana Symptom would be closer than the Aurabarium.
No, none of them are. To be honest,
But
we'd have to go
Dos
north to
Khaldun
go
here.
over.
Yeah, they're about the same distance, honestly.
Yeah, say we'd have to go north to Tanis, and then we'd have. So it's like we'd be adding at least 4 more days, if not more.
And with me having to deal with my connection to Ifitar, maybe it would be better if we got the blade fixed first.
I just don't want to wait too long before attempting.
Oh, agreed. What is the next item, Marcelin? We've
The
got
next
the books and the blade.
So we have the books and the blade, and the next item is the Reverend. How did you say this? Aegis.
Yes.
Aegis. This was forged a long time ago, with deep within the plane of Earth, designed to be a bulwark against the faithless. Was taken a long time ago, and tale says that it is hidden deep within the hoard of an ancient shadow dragon named Malarak in the Shadowfell.
The Aegis of what?
The Reverend Aegis.
Reverend Aegis?
Aegis.
Okay.
I don't. What's an Aegis?
The shield.
Ah. Moving down, we have the Gauntlets of Tranquility, which apparently nobody's actually ever claimed ownership of them. Rumored to be forged in Mechanus, but I guess they were too good and nobody was worthy to wear them. So they were locked deep in a vault with traps, puzzles, and protections. Nobody venturing to see them has ever returned.
That is my kind's deity. Does that mean we have to go? What's the plane?
It's Mechanus.
Mechanus plane. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a plane. It's one of the outer
Oh.
realms.
Okay.
Books, blade, shield, gauntlet. What's the last thing, Marcelin?
The last thing is the Cudgel of Virtue. This one was forged in Mount Celestia and made to vanquish evil and corruption. A noble task indeed. Although during the Holy Wars, this item was stolen after its wielder was slain, and you aren't going to like this. It supposedly was taken to the Nine Hells as a trophy. And, well, the demons might still have it.
Okay.
So, yes, to answer your question earlier, Bishop, I think this indeed will be an incredibly hard task.
We all gotta die. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Right, forks that way.
If it makes you feel any better, Bishop, I've learned to cast one of Gwenton's spells, and I reach out and I touch him, and I cast guidance on him, and I'm gonna give him perception for the next hour.
I perceive how stupid this plan is.
Why
We-
hadn't I been taken out by the Simic compound explosion? It would have been so much easier.
Could you send us a list of that conversation?
I
When
did.
you get a chance about how to summon him.
Oh, that
I think you already have that in your notes.
I can send that. I have that.
You know, guidance is only for a minute, right?
I thought it was for an hour.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And yes, how to summon them is in our notes. Like 2 sessions ago. Not even deep in our notes.
What
Listen,
are
man,
what are these
that
notes that
laptop-
everybody's talking about?
Is buried.
Wait.
I brought it up on the new one.
We'll talk
Jeremy,
about it after the session.
Yeah, fair enough. So,
Wow.
do we want to go deal with Ifitar first, or do we want to go forge the sword first?
You were the one that spoke last time of wishing he didn't use his favor while we were attacking him. Do you want to give him an extra weapon as well?
No, I don't want to give him an extra weapon, but I thought that my plan that I had worked up with Marslin would be sufficient.
I don't believe I knew of a plan.
It was at the same time that I talked about the fact that I hope he doesn't call in his favor. I asked Marslin that once we face him to have something to send me away to another plane,
Oh, okay, I do remember that.
get rid of me, take me off the board in case I lose control of myself.
We have many problems ahead of us. We need to just pick one and go.
Where do we even start? This is almost seems insurmountable.
Let's start with the Arboreum. Knock out 2 birds, 1 stone.
Excuse me. Who says we need to take care of all of it? You know, there are many islands of great leadership here. Can we not trust anybody to help assist with this? Something that I've learned while being in command of troops is the power to delegate.
No one
We can
has
delegate.
helped us so far.
What if we contacted Drusilla and ask her to use the existing books that she has in place to find the remaining 4 or 3? I'm sorry, 3, especially since we know the location of one.
I believe we requested the church and the academy to go retrieve the book. And their delegates never came back, and we were never told the search continued.
Well,
The people of Candor's Keep are not helpful when it comes to the investigation part of things.
now we know that Fane is tucked away in the island, and you can see it over here in the bottom left corner of the map. Das Khaldun.
Ah, Skaldun. Wow, that
There
is
you go.
such a ominous corner of the map.
And
It is.
so we know that he is uh, trapped on that island. Now, before I make, who is Cirque?
Cyric. Wait, one sec.
Gwenton.
Cyric is a guy who's going around trying to kill gods.
Is he a god himself?
It's a wannabe god.
Oh, wannabe. Oh, I hate those guys.
What was it like? He pissed somebody off. Like he had a posse, and he pissed off a god who had more posse, and wiped out his posse, and now he's vengeful.
He once actually was just a mortal being himself, and got involved in trickery and is just a self-absorbed being in general, and somehow elevated himself to the level of a wannabe god. It is kind of unclear, but he is bad. He is very, very bad.
His name is very familiar to me, but I do not recall. Okay, that will be for later. We just got taken to a plane of air and were given an ultimatum to remedy the problem with the pillars, or everything will be destroyed. That seems more of a precedent than anything else.
So we're going to face Ifitar then.
I do suggest we handle at least one of them.
Fair enough.
I only say that because instead of trying to save an island, that would be just trying to stop the entire world's destruction. Buy us a little more time. My opinion.
Quentin?
Why don't we go to the auditorium, take care of your sword, and see if we can take care of a pillar at the same time?
There's a pillar at the...
Let's pretend y'all recall that pillars are everywhere and nowhere. They can be summoned with various methods, such as drowning in a storm or dying in a desert. You do not need to be in any one spot to get one.
Is there a desert at the Orborium?
No.
No, but there's water.
We won't be too well. We'll be just across the ocean from a desert.
Thank you. That was not helpful.
All we need to do is, hope for a storm. Maybe we'll run into a storm on the way there. You never know. There is a giant evil entity in the middle of the ocean we might be crossing from that one map we saw one time.
Well, looking at the map, and something strikes out to me as the desert. Maybe we should head for the desert, and if there's a storm on the way, maybe we throw Marsland into the sea, and then hopefully he doesn't die.
Why is Marsland?
You're the easiest to throw.
Piloting the ship.
I'm captaining your ship.
But seriously, we need to figure out a strategy of almost killing ourselves in order to summon a pillar.
Or maybe we could lie and say we have an item he was looking for.
Can you divulge what you're talking about?
The orb that we stole from Ethan.
Oh, shit. That's a hell of a gambit.
The orb of destruction.
Yeah. That's a hell of a gambit, seeing as how we don't have it anymore.
Seems to me these pillars have egos. I'm sure he's already pissed off that we took it from them.
Marsland, what do you think?
This is a tough decision. I don't know that lying is a great choice when facing such powerful entities.
Who says we have to lie? We need to summon them, and we need to take them down, or we all die.
If we say that we have the orb when we do not, that could end quite poorly.
This could all end quite poorly. Our chances of surviving any of this is very low to begin with.
I will agree to that.
I literally came from a farm to cure a plague.
I literally just wanted to reforge a sword so that I'd quit growing horns.
I wanted to find my parents.
I wanted to tell a story.
I
Marceline,
suggest we go.
yep.
Or not.
I'm in favor of us going to the desert. That way we can maybe get a storm on the way and get to the desert climate to summon
If it's
that.
our,
Yes.
Which one are we going after? We've just spoke about two different ones.
Well, a storm can happen on our journey, but the desert can only happen in the one place.
Which is nowhere near the direction we need to go to get to the Arboretum. I believe that's why we chose Ishtab.
so Arboreum, and if we can get Ishtab in the meantime by naturally running into a storm, that's what we'll do. That sounds great.
I am convinced. Let's do this.
Marceline, I think we broke Bishop.
Ay, ay, ay.
The former dead companion that works on your ship knocks on the door. Are we going home now?
Oh. No. Go back to sleep before we kill you again.
Well, Annex, I believe you are our face to our public face to the crew. Would you like to field the answer to that question?
If we're going to summon any of them, then we need to figure out a place. If the preference is going to be Ishtab, then there are some requirements to be able to summon them. It must be through to a storm, and there must be a drowning victim.
That will not be you, Mr.
From the other side of the door. You hear,
Yep,
Fine,
yep.
fine. I'm leaving.
No, it's fine. I go and I open the door. I was like, it won't be you. It will be one of us that you just overheard that about. And to answer your question, we are heading to the Arboretum first. And to also let you know, Crow has been left in Old Smyrna, and she may have died underneath that cave-in.
Why are we going to the Arboretum?
To reforge Justinian's sword.
I apologize again sincerely for what Crow did to you, and as soon as we're done at the Arboretum, we may be heading back towards Candor's Keep.
I thought I was going to see my family. He just trudges off down to the lower decks.
So Annex, I don't know what happened, but we talked about it. If we run into a storm on our way to the Arboretum, we will summon Ishtab and fight them. If not, we'll get the sword reforged, and then we'll fly to the desert and we'll summon Iftar in the desert.
We must be careful with summoning Ishtab in the middle of the sea. This vessel does not do well in open water. We may have to find a beach or island.
And the only one between us and the Arboretum is Dearney, correct? It's the only island in between us.
Well, I'm sure there's islands that are not big land masses like what we're seeing on the
Okay.
map.
Okay.
Non-story related.
I'll relay it to the crew, to the Arboretum. Marsland, are you ready?
Ready as ever.
Do you want me to take a turn flying Marsland?
I can take the first stint, but if you want to relieve me in a number of hours, that would be appreciated.
Sounds great. I will leave you to the first 8 hours of flying then.
I'll sit down, put the helmet on, and get us a rolling.
Okay.
I will ask, just to retro a little bit, do we know where any of those items actually are? Or we just know that they were made and they're somewhere?
Yes, Mechanus, the 9 Hells, a Shadow Dragon.
In the
Shadowfell.
Shadow Realm. Yep.
In the
Okay,
Shadow
so
Realm.
these are all
yeah.
realms that we have to go to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making.
So-
I'm trying to make sure. I was like,
Yep.
Very precise targets, an entire realm. Okay.
We got some pretty easy tasks ahead of us.
It's almost like there's probably people out there that could help get you in the right direction.
Nah. Raw dog it.
we don't have any friends.
You know, the last time you raw dogged it, Marsland, we wound up raising a library in the middle of the city. So
And that turned out great.
All right, you take off.
I had to buy my parents a new house, Marsland.
Not with 70 gold, you didn't.
You've obviously never lived in the slums. I just bought them the nicest house in that area.
The
I
slums
got
are
the
gone.
nicest box in the world. My 99-inch TV box.
All right. You begin traveling. All right, first day.
Would I have heard of any kind of like vault like this?
In Mechanus?
Not, yeah, not
Oh.
not that I worship or anything, but it's like since it's kind of my thing. Would I have heard of a?
This would have been stuff that like your family would have talked about. Late night stories on a weekend, people drinking about the great vaults that just filled with contraptions and traps and masterworks of like blacksmithing gears and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you would have heard of things like this. You would know that in Mechanus there is one major city where all this stuff. There's not much in the outskirts of those outer plains, rather than the massive city. Gwenton, with what you know from your books, and even Marsland from the books that you go through, is the same is true for a lot of these places. Shadowfell, 9 Hells is more concerning, considering what it is. But there are good starting places for all these.
I heard there's an
You say
academy.
so.
Grayson's school of demon ass kicking?
All right. Anything for the first day?
I just switch off with Marslin when his 8 hours is up
Yeah.
flying.
Before I hand it over, I just go, I'm so sorry. As always, I will return to you soon. You will be gentle. And
Marslin, who are you talking to?
I am sad.
I know. You'll get used to it. Are both good people. I will see you soon.
I will miss when you are not here.
And with that, I'll take the helmet off. I'm just talking to the ship.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I will be very careful while flying the ship. I'll try to be a little smoother and a little gentler with her. And I just kind of awkwardly sidestep around him and get into the pilot's chair.
The ship
Or on the
appreciates
helmet.
that.
All right.
All right.
The next morning, who is up on deck? General morning after breakfast.
I'm always on
I'll
deck.
go up.
Okay. Marzen, you'd be piloting at this point.
Oh, I'm back to piloting?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I won't be on deck.
Okay.
So we did have an 8-hour break where we did not fly then. Right?
That's up to you. Were you stopping at any point or?
I was only going to fly for 8 hours.
Okay. Fly through the night.
Okay.
Sleep the next day. So you're probably sleeping
Right.
in the morning. NX, would you be up on deck, Gwenton?
I will be.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. I need Gwenton, Bishop, and Annex then to roll a perception check.
Yeah, it's like the third time I got an 8. I've rolled an 8.
Damn, go Quentin.
Annex is just waiting for that dice to stop moving.
I was making sure that guidance didn't change before I used it.
So mine was a 12.
Here we are. 22.
Okay. Gwenton and Annex. You kind of, as you're just waiting, as you're looking over there, you look over the side of the ship and you see, this endless water. But where you're flying over, you see just this massive dark shape under the water.
I'm gonna stomp on the ship and tell Marsden to fly a little higher.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
What kind of shape does it look like? Can we discern it from up here?
It's just a large shape, like
One that could probably eat you.
not bigger than a creature size.
I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows about the creature that's flying underneath us.
Doesn't
Swimming
seem to
in
be
the water
moving.
underneath us.
It doesn't seem to be moving with you. It's just you're flying over the top of it.
Oh, I thought it was just following us.
No.
So we just fly over a creature that's dark in the water.
I said it's bigger than a creature.
It's a big mass in the water.
Yes.
It can most likely eat us, so avoid it.
The island again?
You just know that Gwenton told you to fly higher.
What's the maximum altitude of this ship?
Go
Space.
space. Yeah.
All right, I'll go higher.
Okay. All right. Anything you all want to do today?
Any chance I get to get away from prying eyes, I'll just keep looking at those. I want to look at the schematics until they're like burned into my memory.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. You have plenty of opportunity to do so. All right. Night goes. Next morning, Destiny goes back to sleep. Marsland takes control.
I'm surprised the ship is not shit talking him for 8 hours a day. You mother.
Why did you do that? Why'd you let him run the ship?
Okay. It gets cloudy through the night. It is currently storming. Anyone want to do anything?
How stormy is stormy?
It's stormy. It's a good storm.
How long
Daniels.
will it take us to get to that little island just west of Dearney?
You should be there by tomorrow morning.
Anyone have any ideas how we're going to cram this blue crystal inside of a god's head?
I guess I'm not there. I can't talk.
Well, no, you would because it's night, so I'd be flying. You
Ah.
you can be moving about. I can't.
This is the
of
next
force.
morning, by the way.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So you guys will be just switching.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a storm or like a harsh storm? Is it?
It's a storm. It's lightning, thunder, rain.
Wish you would have been a little more explicit with what a harsh storm meant. Harsh to a person, harsh to a.
We should blame the pillar of air.
Well, if this is the storm, then this is the storm. Bishop, Annex.
Ain't gonna suck itself.
So do we want Marsland to put it into the water and
Do we want to be in the water? We have to be in the water?
Someone has to be drowning.
right, somebody has to drown in order for this to work. The summoning of it.
Or, like I said, we could lie.
Bishop, go in the water and act like you're drowning.
Blub, blub. Help me. Help me. I mean, if we're going down, we're going down. That's
I have fought many battles, and fighting one on in its domain like this does not sound like a good idea at all.
Okay.
When we saw Ishtab earlier, was he big? Or was he tall? Or was it just like
Yeah, he's big. Some might say he's huge.
I may be looking at the character sheet right now.
His sheet might have got updated today.
all right. Somebody make a decision. We're doing this or what?
How far away from the island east of Dearney?
he said about a day?
West of Dearney. Yeah,
West
it'll
of
take-
Dearney. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get there probably by tomorrow morning.
And a storm could.
Pass right by us. If we're doing this, I'm jumping off right now to go be the
No,
man.
no, no, I do not think it's a good idea to do this right now.
Okay.
It must be in our territory if we're going to stand a chance of cramming this crystal into its head.
Okay. So on to the Ouroboreum we go.
I mean, I think it's been part of his territory no matter what, considering the specifics to get him to come to us involves drowning. Which more likely means we have to be somewhere he wouldn't be able to see us. Whoever's in the ship.
Onward, Marsland. Keep flying.
All right.
Does anyone still have a potion of water breathing?
No.
You can't really be
About
drowning.
Yes, Bishop.
I happen to have 2.
I think he'll know if you're drowning, or pretending to drown.
I would agree with that. I do like Bishop's idea of just being like, we've got your orb.
I mean, we're controlling the situation that way.
Right?
We can go to that island west of Journeying. Be like, we know where your orb is at.
Hey, ass clown. We got something you might want.
If that's the route we want to go, let's keep heading towards the island.
It's
Yeah.
an option
I think
instead of waiting for storms.
Yep. I think it's a valid option to summon him, either trying with the orb or at the very least somebody just dunk my head underwater and start drowning me until he shows up, but we've got solid earth under our feet.
We need to get to the island if we're going to make a decision.
Yep.
Flying a ship over the water in order to summon a creature of the water is a foolish idea.
Yeah, agreed. How about you, Marsland? You agree?
Twitch is struggling right now.
I've seen some haziness in Twitch.
Yeah, we're dropping stuff. It's the network. It might recover. It's looking better. All right. Anything y'all want to do today?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm just
Making
watching
sure
the
my-
storm.
Person is clean and not malfunctioning.
All right. It's next morning comes. It's still storming as Justinian lands the ship on the beach area of the island. It's got plenty of space to do so. Y'all are there.
So do we want to walk about an hour south of the ship before we do this?
Probably don't even have to walk that far.
Okay.
Just as long as it's as far off the beach as it can be. Walk like basically 10 minutes away from it.
Okay.
Who's all going?
Who has the crystals?
Bishop does.
That's what I thought.
Do I
Yes,
have the
Bishop
crystals?
has. Yes, you took
Yes,
all
yeah, I
three
took all
pieces
three,
of the
yep.
Infinity Gauntlet. Yes.
Well, let's go to the edge.
You know, if
All right.
only they'd given us the 4th crystal and the 5th, we could summon Captain Planet.
You're not
Bishop,
leveled
would you
high
like
enough
me
for
to?
that. Go ahead.
Would you like me to speak, Bishop?
If you want, just make it convincing. I mean, obviously, we had it, so we're not lying on that aspect.
I think it is best I do not do the talking here.
And I'm gonna wade out into the water.
Okay.
And it parts.
I'm going to cast guidance on him for persuasion or deception. Which one you want? Annex. You want persuasion or deception?
Persuasion.
Okay.
And Estab, we know what you're looking for. Come and speak to us.
You just shout into the storm. Your hair battered, the wind blowing through.
I'm gonna keep walking forward.
Okay. How far are you walking forward?
I'm gonna just keep walking forward until I'm underwater.
Okay. You're underwater. How do you want to do that particular thing?
I don't know how someone forces himself to drown.
You refuse to swim, and
I
you
will.
just
I will stay there in plate armor and sit down underwater. Very
what's your
stoic.
what's your constitution?
Okay.
Your
17.
Your constitution modifier.
3.
Okay, so you all see Annex walk out into the water, and then
he
his
didn't
head.
tell us he was playing, right?
No.
Nope. No. Because I had said if summoning
No, I
him
get
with
that.
the orb.
I'm just
Yep.
making sure.
Yep. Nope.
He just.
Yep. Annex.
If I don't see him come back up, I'm going to be going and looking for him.
Okay, how long are you waiting before?
I'll give it a minute.
Okay. So you get after a minute, he's not coming up. So you
I
start
will be
going.
forward. Yes, I start going forward.
You definitely find him, and he's just there sitting. You can just see his face, and he's just kind of looking at you. What do you want to do?
This is extremely curious. I'll just stay there and wait.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of get what he's doing, but I'm just kind of like, what are you doing?
You see him. Another minute goes by, and you can see him like under the water. You can see bubbles start coming up. The rest of you you're just standing on the shore in the storm.
Yep.
Okay. You're getting battered around by the waves. Another minute goes by.
Okay. I'm not going to let him completely drown. So, with my medical back history, would I be able to tell when it's time to okay, air?
I mean, you could tell when, even just looking at his eyes, you're gonna know when it's happening.
Okay. When I think it's bad, I will be picking him up.
Okay. Another minute goes by. And you see him just kind of start slumping over.
Bring him
and
back
actually,
to the surface.
you are at 0 hit points. So you grab him.
Yep. I grab him,
You're
bring him
dragging
to the
him up.
surface, and then I will use a key point and do healing hand.
Okay. You reach out and touch him, and NX, your eyes jut open as you, yeah, you start coughing water up. And what do you say?
And you get 8 hit points back.
Ishtab, come. We have what you've been looking for.
Okay. Bishop, you're carrying NX back. You're pulling him across through the waves. Just, you got like a hold of him. The storm begins swirling around. It gets significantly worse. You on the shore, you can feel the rain start really pouring down. You look up and you start seeing like the clouds swirl and get dark and darker, and they just continue to swirl out in the far depths, much farther than where Annex was. You see a head slowly emerge. Deep blue skin, ponytail of dark hair, glowing eyes. You can just see water just constantly running off of him as he begins just walking toward him. Bishop, you bring Annex back and you kind of set him on the beach. So you're sitting, Annex.
DM.
Yep.
As soon as I see this blue head pop out of the water, I would like to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
All right.
He gets closer and closer to you, and you can kind of feel the rain almost like magnetically attaching to him as he walks closer, towering over the top of all of you. He looks down.
Hello! It's me, Ishtab.
Ishtab. Thank you for coming. Is there an easier way to get your attention?
In your great peril, I have come to your aid to offer you services in response to worship. How might I be of service to all of my friends?
I just look around at everybody else's face because I've never seen Ishtab before. Know nothing about this guy. I'm like, he's the pillar. He's the pillar. Marsland, that's the pillar.
Yes, that is the pillar.
That friendly guy right there is the pillar.
I don't know what you expected.
If the tarp's kind of mean.
Yes, you mentioned you had something of Ishtab's. What is it that you have?
You are looking for an orb.
That is particularly interesting, as I had that discussion with a much thinner, paler person than yourself. And yet you seem to know what I was looking for, and from what I was told, it has gone kapoof. So, if you say you have it, then it makes me think that you stole it from Ishtab.
It resided in the Pillar of Earth, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We found it in your brother. Sister?
Sister.
Your sister.
What are you doing inside of my sister?
Stopping an enemy from getting a powerful artifact.
Yet, That was for me. So, where is it?
We have it safe.
Well, I don't see anyone else around but Ishtab and 5 puny mortals.
Your sister is very concerned.
Be
about
careful
you.
with what you're about to say next.
Very concerned about you.
And why is that?
She thinks you should go back to sleep.
But Ishtab is not tired. Ishtab has all the sea to control.
And with that, he reaches up and lightning cracks down and almost precisely through his hand, striking the ground in front of you. And you can see kind of the burn mark in the sand.
I am more concerned why you summoned me, and you are not giving me what is mine.
Well, you have us in quite the conundrum, Yustab. Your sister has threatened to destroy all of this plane if you and your siblings do not go back to rest.
Ah, you must mean my windbag sister. Well, she can sit up there in the clouds. That's where her head is anyway.
Kind of hard to have followers if everyone's dead.
I have lots of followers. Maybe not here, but several years ago, down in Drakenwald, we had a very kind soul release Ishtab from his resting place, and now the Order of Purple Pants is quite strong there in Drakenwald.
Will that not also be destroyed?
Why would I destroy my people down there? We'll spread its religion here. We just have to get away from the others. One day, Ishtab will be a god.
And his voice just cracks like thunder and echoes through the island. You can feel the ground shaking underneath you.
Well, Ishtab, we would prefer to live. Though we are not followers of you, we beg of you to consider these options presented by your sister and grant us the wisdom to make the right decision for your followers and for all of those that are on these islands.
Well,
Here I have the crystal that will allow you to go back to sleep.
You see him recoil, and you can definitely see his demeanor change as soon as he sees the crystal. Just
It's still in my bag.
I thought he had it.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't ask for it yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. Spoiler.
yeah, right? What crystal do you speak of?
Bishop.
I just go and attack him at this point.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. You're gonna you run forward, and I'll need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
No.
You get advantage, Bishop, on your initiative roll. Not you're gonna need it with that roll. Hold on the initiatives. Hold on.
Too late.
Yeah, that was.
Good. No, Bishop gets to re-roll.
Oh no, it brought him over. So just need an Axamander.
All right, got it.
Just Danny and an initiative.
Did you see it?
Yep.
19. All right.
All right. And with that, Bishop charges forward towards.
You're still in God voice.
Bishop charges forward, and you see Ishtab just kind of have a puzzled look on his face and kind of just looking down as he runs forward. And then, like, a realization comes into his face of what's going on. Combat's going to start, and that's where we're going to have to stop tonight. We do not have time to get through this combat.
Ah,
Yeah, we have
do you
30
mean?
total minutes left, and yeah, it's going to be
we can
longer.
make it done. 1-2 punch.
As you look at
I have the fist of fuck. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
and as you look at Anaximander, he's bloodied.
Is that what you call that?
it now has a name now.
Yeah.
All right. Just in case it does something stupid, I'm going to snapshot this initiative.
I tried, guys.
Okay. That's stop. Yeah. I definitely didn't anticipate it going this direction tonight. So Here we are. As is the light unsparkers. This is what they do.
Too much talking. Punchy.
I didn't expect Bishop to just go
No.
and fuck you.
Bishop, what was the reasoning behind that? Where was the rage?
The fact that somebody in our party was talking for us and was telling him our entire plan,
No.
up to and including how we're supposed to imprison him.
He was
Wasn't in
trying.
prison. We just want him to go to sleep. For the sake
And he
of...
said very intently that he wasn't going to.
It's like
we could have talked it. We could have talked about it.
No, okay. Here, your sister, your windbag sister gave us this crystal.
Yeah.
This one right here.
You mind if we just go stabby?
Should we say you just see Bishop's eyes go red and he charges forward? So, yeah, there we
Enough
are.
Talk. Let's do it.
I think Marsland's still shoveling the lore drop into the backpack. It's like
It
alphabet.
was so
soup.
much.
Just scrolls.
Can you send
and
me
scrolls.
everything that
I
you
was gonna
said?
say that was like 20 minutes of dead time
It
for
was.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I re-downloaded Instagram just so I'd have something to
I sent you some stuff on there.
do.
Yeah, no. It's, no, that's what happened tonight was important. So
Yeah, minor things like having to just track down ancient artifacts that haven't been seen across many different planes for centuries and millennia. It's easy.
not as bad as you think. So
It's a little
And then-
intimidating, not gonna
I
lie.
would agree. We're the C team, so we're the A and the B team, mate.
yeah, well,
Because we need it.
you never know with the light unsparkers what's gonna happen.
Gee, I'm gonna kick you in the balls next time I see you. This is the dumbest freaking name.
We can't hear you, Justinian. You're muted. I see your mouth moving, but
Oh no, the name of our group will be changed as of
No. It's canon.
Oh no,
It's been said too many
changed
times.
because the DM just gave us our group name.
oh, I
What?
did.
Yeah, absolutely.
That wasn't the DM.
No, not you.
We
Sure.
are not using
Right.
the unsparkers.
I like it. I think it's
Of
catchy.
course you do. Take your biblical bottle and shove it up your.
Well, But this is the closest you've really ever been to the Arboreum. The Arboreum.
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 No, I'm sorry. ARBOR. That's arbor.
Arbor. Yep.
Yep.
Arboreum.
Arbor.
Arboreum.
Miorbi.
Like museum. Arboreum.
Arboreum. Yep.
Practice
But I
it.
knew that's not
your
how
homework.
you
Arboreum. It should be another O in there, I guess. Arboreum.
I don't know where you're getting the other O at.
I don't know. I don't know where you're getting arboreum at.
The plural of arbor.
Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for all those that came by tonight. King Cuddles for the resub. Naxamander giving out a community sub. Tonight I believe we'll be rating the dude. He's playing Silent Hill 2 on the Banter and Babble channel. We will be with you Wednesday for something. Gwenton, I mean, we tossed around because the Halloween event is going on in Forewarn, but we also have Devour. So it'll be a spooky game of some sort.
I'm good with either.
So it's whichever there. Did he not go live?
Son of a gun, he's right. I just Googled it. It's arboreum. What the English?
Yes,
Right,
it is Arboreum.
Yeah,
This is-
Arboreum. Yeah.
Well, this is called the Arboreum because I wrote it.
Oh.
That's the Arboreum.
Oh, okay, good. I'm so confused right now as to who is right and who is wrong.
Yeah, no, we were right. DM
Okay.
is right because it's his world.
Okay. All right. We're all right.
Everyone's right. Nobody's wrong. Everyone gets a trophy. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, let me see. Show more. Oh, he is. I just had to show more. So yeah, we'll take you over to Banter and Babble. They'll be, I think they're live Wednesday. Don't forget to check out Half-Ass Beer Review. He just put up a video today for the 30 facts about Oktoberfest. So check that out on Half-Ass Beer Review. Let me get that up there. And yeah, I think that's everything for right now. You guys got anything?
Nope.
Go see Terrifier 3 this weekend.
I tried to negotiate.
You tried to negotiate. Bishop wasn't having it. And next week, punchy punchy, smashy smashy, shocky shocky. There we are. Thank you for coming out tonight. And until next time, we will see you in the dungeon. Take care, everyone.
The end is upon us. I promise you, novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking them where you've been walking. They call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP. I do what I want to. That's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra. I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you, novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking them where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster, turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip on a body like I'm playing lacrosse. B to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing the master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, within the rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Thinking of